All right, we are back here at the War Report radio series, man. I'm your gracious host, Jared Adams, on the check-in. We got Drea in the building, Andrea, and Tyrese in the building. Say what's up to the microphones. Speak.
What's good?
What's up?
What's up? All right,
this is actually my first time meeting Drea.
Yeah. So I get some background on how I know her. We met at Military Park.
I don't even remember.
You remember that? I remember
My
that.
memory don't go past last week though, so it's not even your fault. It's a long time ago. It's probably like 6-7 years.
Something crazy. I was gonna say 4, but you say 6, 7. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So I feel like I was in college or something. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I was like, oh, I looked at you and I was like, I think I know that girl from somewhere, but I didn't even know you.
No.
So that's how I started talking.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So now you're here at the War Report. How do you feel about the ambiance of the room?
This is fire. I see a few pieces that I might have to talk to you about. Like these Newark pieces behind you. That's a come up right there. Yeah, that Newark Eagle shit. I don't even want to know how you got that sign in here.
Oh yeah. Facts. The Newark Eagles thing. We are on hollow ground right now. I'm not sure if you peeped. This is a historical site.
Yeah, I saw.
So yeah, like honestly, I tweeted it about it today. Bailey Lee, the interior designer.
Mm-hmm.
She actually hooked me up with like this desk. Well, I paid her, of course, but this desk, that piece, that got it started off with the Newark Eagles, this chair, that PAP sign. She definitely did it. Like,
I love that PAP sign. Yeah.
Show the pillows, man. Flip the pillows.
Ooh.
The pillows are pretty fresh.
Okay.
So yeah, I actually tweeted
Y'all
about
see
that.
the vibes.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's dope.
So yeah. Speak to the listener if they don't know you. Pretty much give some background on who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Andrea. I am a 20-something-year-old out of Newark. I've been living in Newark for most of my life. I am a business coach, so I coach entrepreneurs, small business owners on trying to get their businesses organized, basically helping them get it together. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing pretty much since COVID started. Yeah. And before that, I was running a co-working space downtown Newark, where we had members who were business owners and stuff like that, did mad events, probably over 100 events since I was there, and just a lot of other really dope shit. But now I'm taking it full-time entrepreneur. So yeah.
So you're no longer with Launchpad? You're no longer doing that?
Nope, not there anymore. I got furloughed. COVID. Yeah.
But like okay.
So I'm just like, you know
crazy.
what? Yeah, it's ass. It's ass because I put a lot of work in over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a whole nother situation. That's like gentrification and like that's a whole nother conversation to be had. Yeah. But I'm happy with where I am. So it happened for a reason. Like
definitely. So what's your next step? You think as far as what I mean? Like you say you're doing this business coaching and stuff like that. Like what's good? Like. You know what I'm saying? What you think about the War Report? Maybe we need to coach us over here, get us right. You know what I'm saying? We're doing our thing, but you know what I mean?
I'm down. My focus is on like Newarkers right now. I'm working with 2 Black women, business owners, and that's like my priority is obviously Black people.
So how exactly do you help businesses?
So I consult them on scaling, right? So both of my clients right now, and the one that I'm about to start working with, they're in a space where they are doing really well, but they just need to get to that next level, and they're not quite sure how. So I come in and like help them do that.
So how do you think they should get to the next level?
It depends on what they're doing. So I have one woman, she's a designer. She's working out of her home. It's kind of like she has all her equipment, machinery, everything. And basically, we're moving her into a commercial space. I'm helping her get a team because she's working by herself. Helping her with her budgets, helping her get grants, money, stuff like that. So that's like the next level.
It's like a minimum type of like profit you need to be making. Because if somebody can if their business can afford all of the stuff that you're saying, like hiring people for stuff like that, like do you only work with businesses that are making a good enough profit to do that, or have you worked with some businesses that's not making any money at all and turned it around?
I have in the past worked with businesses who were not there yet, but I find that for the type of work that I do, I would rather them be in like a certain space. So they have to be in a space where they can't do anything else where they are right now. Like they have no choice but to grow.
Well, can you give me an idea of like, you know what? This is what the business was doing. This what I came in and did, and this how it helped. Do you have any examples like that?
Shoot, though, your whole career, shit. Fuck,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been. I've worked with so many people. Like I've worked with so many people. I will say that I started working with a nonprofit called them Cloud Kids. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but we were doing youth work in Newark, so mentoring. And like before I came in, you know, they were growing pretty exponentially, but once I got on the team and kind of helped streamline things, we were able to secure grants. So I got us like a $3,000 grant or something like that. And this was like back when we were like in college, just getting out of college, so it was like a really big deal. I got us other grants and and
people don't know where to get grants from.
Yeah, but the money is out there. Okay,
facts.
It's there.
Kinda had a conversation similar to that word.
Yeah.
Facts. So, what do you feel like is your like expertise? Like pretty much grant securing, or you like curating events, or
it's
like what do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing?
I enjoy relaxing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was just talking to my friend about like I don't necessarily want to work for the rest of my life, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
My dream is to be on a beach somewhere. Like that's it. I don't dream about work.
Yeah.
I don't dream about work. I dream about chilling. But I'm good at a lot of things. I'm great at organizing, like, and helping people get organized. I'm good at, like, you know, doing events. I've done so many events, you know, programming and, like, operational shit and all that stuff. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm really great at, you know, organizing and just helping people, like, figure out what they need to do in their lives. So, yeah.
Let's talk about Newark, man, and like, cause obviously I've been going. Like, what's been going on? How you feel like? I feel like you kind of took the reins. Like, you know what I mean? You had the streets.
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You was doing a lot. You know what I mean? And you definitely was still like well connected with everyone. I feel like though, with everyone. So like, mad people are also tapped into you as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I have a great network. I have a really great network. I have a really strong network. A lot of it is thanks to my work at the co-working space, and what I did there and how I was able to bring people together and like help them get, you know, where they need to be while also them helping me. So it was like an exchange, and that's where like the network that I have right now, at least, that's how that happened, is because I was able to provide that space, and like people need space. I feel like when we met, I was like ripping and running all over the city. I am not like that anymore.
Yeah.
And the city has changed a lot, obviously, since then.
It kind of has, yeah.
We would, like, I don't know if you remember, but I feel like we would go to art events and they would be like at little holes in the walls. That don't happen no more.
It doesn't?
No, because a lot of the spaces were, you know, they were either not being used or abandoned, so people would use them, but those are...
It's no longer happening. Like, there's no cage, there's no life lab, nothing.
No.
It's all gone.
It's all gone.
And the thing, bro, and I was talking to my homie about this earlier today. He called me in the AM. He's like, bro, like, Jersey's a lit state, but we don't really got, like, that much to do type shit.
No.
And it's almost like they almost go out of their way to kind of take away the fun as soon as the fun is kind of created.
I mean, that's gentrification, right? Like, it's a...
Yeah, speak on that. Speak on gentrification.
Oh, damn. Gentrification is a tool, I believe, and people would disagree with me, especially people here in Newark, especially people here in Newark in leadership. But it's a tool that is used to kind of like rip communities apart. And I hate saying it like that, because there are things that have been put in place that has helped. There are less abandoned properties and stuff like that, but in the same sense, it kind of like tears away at the culture and the type of stuff that was happening back then when like we were going to art events and it was just like free flowing and dope and you never know who you're gonna meet. It's different, I will say. It's different.
Damn, yo, that's sad news. That's sad news.
I feel like I saw like a real estate quote that was like what did he say? He was kind of saying that eventually any place where there's money to be made is gonna kind of be like gentrified, kind of. I don't know if that's true. But like I seen a real estate, like a guy that makes millions off real estate, like say that he's pretty much said like everything is gonna change eventually, and you kind of gotta like keep up with the times, because it's difficult. Sometimes it's hard decisions to say like I are we gonna just stay the same, and even though there are art shows and stuff like that, hopefully they could add that in too. But sometimes it's like, are we gonna stay the same and have these buildings never being used, or are we gonna find a way to like make money here? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not that deep involved into it, so I don't want to sound ignorant or nothing like that.
That's true. Like,
no, and like I said, there's a lot of really great things happening too.
Like what?
Like before,
I heard Fetty Wap pulled up the Lincoln Park Fest. I thought that was big.
Is that a great thing?
I was like, whoa.
Okay. All right.
We got Fetty
Wap. No offense to Fetty Wap, but
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
It's so funny because it's like always celebrity spottings in Newark. Like, people be here, and I just think it's hilarious. Like, Shaq was at some restaurant in the Ironbound, just like randomly, like people just pop up. That's Newark though.
Yeah,
that's Newark as hell.
If you were mayor of Newark, what are some of the things you would do?
That's a hard question because Newark is a hard city, right? Like, it's a really hard city to mayor. I do not envy our mayor at all. I think he's doing a great job with what he has. I do think that if I was mayor, I would lean on young people a little bit more. Yeah, like a lot more.
A lot more.
I don't think I really know that many politicians that like even respect the young voice that much. Like the people that I see when I talk to them, they're like, yo, young people just don't vote. I'm not even worried. I'm like, Dad, if y'all actually try to like cater to them in some type, like there's like young people are out here killing it, working with each other. You know what I mean? Starting businesses,
being entrepreneurs.
Being entrepreneurs, working with each other, supporting each other. They have Instagram. It's a lot more stuff going on. I feel like a lot of people that's in politics right now, like over 40 and stuff like that. I don't think they really understood the power of like that the youth has right now. Like
they don't, bro.
Yeah.
That brings up voting. Like, what's your opinion on voting this year? Like, are you voting for the Democrats?
Yeah, I want to hear. She has a strong mind. I want to hear her answer on that question.
Why? It's
that shit's funny, man.
It's tricky. Yeah, I mean, I'm of the mindset, and this is gonna sound so horrible, and like, please don't look at me crazy, but like, if we're really gonna get to where we need to be, and where we need to be is like Black people being free to do what we need to do, not, you know, having food insecurity issues, education issues, and like housing issues, being pushed out of our homes, having things to do, business ownership, and like funding and all that stuff. We need to like focus inward on like our communities and stuff like that.
For sure. And
it doesn't happen as great as it could because, you know, there's a lot of reasons why. Voting is not going to fix that. Right? Like, it's not going to fix that. Voting is a part of the system that we're trying to fight anyways.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's one piece of a thing that we can do. Like, okay, we're going to vote, right? And then, you know, whoever gets picked, we're still fucked.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. I'm sure there's policies that are going to change because, you know, of who's in power, you know, and praying it's not, we won't say his name. But we don't even want to manifest him. I'm sure that there are things that is going to change once, you know, whoever wins. But that's not going to save us.
Yeah. Facts.
Like, just doing that one thing. And the scary part about what, like, the argument people are having when people say, oh, they're not going to vote. It's like, so you're going to vote and then do what else? A lot of the people that are trying to argue and say, you know, what do you mean you're not going to vote? They're not doing shit else. They're not organizing in their communities.
Yeah.
They're not gardening, you know. They're not, you know, getting food for people that are food insecure in their communities. They're not mentoring young people and filling in those gaps for people who now, you know, don't have internet they need to get their schoolwork and stuff like that. A lot of people aren't doing that. They just want to argue.
Yeah, facts.
So, yeah, voting is a tool, just like everything else is a tool. Like, I'll vote just because, but like I'm also more focused on other things.
Facts. Respectfully,
Yeah.
I agree. Man, that's crazy. Cause like I gotta like ask you about the state of black women right now. Cause like they chose Kamala with the and it was just like I feel like black women as like a voting bloc and just on a lot of issues are kind of like on point with each other. Do you feel that way as a black woman, or you feel like everyone has differences of opinion for the most part?
I'm very
all black women agree like Beyonce is like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's in agreement.
I don't know.
You can't meet a black woman.
You mean about Kamala? You mean about Kamala?
No, Beyonce like they just all like the same like type waves type sometimes. Like you don't get what I'm saying? Like
yeah, I
don't
get
know.
it.
Like you feel you're trying to ask me.
Time, like,
do I feel like we're all in agreement on Kamala?
Kamala? All in agreement to kind of what you said about voting.
No.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because there are black women who this is like tough to talk about. There are black women who are just like, she's black, she's a woman, and we've never had a black woman in this position, so like there's no reason to not vote for her. There are black women like me who are a little bit on the anarchist side of things, who kind of we appreciate that she's a black woman, but we also know that she was a cop, and so that is a whole other situation in itself. And then there are black women who are not like me, who are just trying to make it to the next day, and they might not be as educated on what's going on at all. And like I feel like that part of the population is the part that like, you know, we sometimes don't think about. And I don't really know how they feel. They're probably just, you know, gonna vote for her because they see her there. Yeah. So I don't think that everyone agrees on this, especially because of what's going on right now. I think that everyone's more clear on the fact that we have to do more than vote, but like, I've been seeing a lot of difference of opinion on it.
Facts. Tyrese, you had a question?
Yeah, I had a question. It wasn't necessarily in like reference to what you were saying, but since you brought up like you know what I mean, all black women being in agreement and stuff like that, I do want to talk about something that like I see on Twitter.
I said no Twitter topics.
But check this out though. It's not exactly a topic. It's just something that I say. I want to know your view on black men. Like, how do you feel about black men? Because sometimes I feel
general,
in general.
What do you mean?
Because sometimes I see on Twitter, I see like anytime something happens.
First of all, Twitter is like Twitter is a hot ass mess. So
we'll clear it up then. Queen.
Oh my god. What are you seeing that's making you?
What am I seeing? I see stuff like anytime something happens, like black women, like as a collective, like, yo, black men don't stand up for black women, like, you know what I mean, or something.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like
black men
like
don't stand up for black women. But black men are the weakest link. Like you'll see one football player like a white dude. They're like, black man is the weakest link. I'm like, damn, like.
I mean, I don't like that narrative because I understand why we are where we are, right? Like, I don't like just.
What does that mean, though?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't.
where are we?
He said, do you agree or not?
Nah, what does that mean?
God.
Like, where we are, though.
You scratch your head like, you know, I can't disagree.
They
are the weakest link.
I will say that I've had my experiences, as all women have, and I completely understand those points of view.
Can you back it up? Like,
what point of view you talking about?
That like black men are the weakest link. Like that's.
I get why women would say that, right?
Why?
What do you mean why? Well, you both are black men, so.
I'm trying to figure it out though. I'm just trying to understand why we have someone like that here. I didn't know you were gonna be like that, honestly. I thought you were gonna be like, oh nah, these girls are ignorant. You black men are kings. She said, you know what? With a few that I've dealt with, the weakest link isn't too bad of a description.
Okay, you're not the weakest link. White men are the weakest link. Right?
I've honestly never saw that on Twitter.
Nah, it's just crazy though, cause like, dang,
like why do you feel that? Like, why do you feel that way?
It.
And just know, if a black man,
I never said I felt that way. I said I understand that point of view. I don't feel that black men are the weakest link. I understand why some black men act the way they do.
Why do they act like that? Since you understand.
Let's break down just the
whole Lord, do we have enough time? I don't know.
Yeah, like let's just break it down. Like, what's up with they trying to pin us against each other?
Yeah, that's what they and it's working.
Who's they? First of all, DJ Khaled. Who the fuck is that?
You know who they is? The people.
They not. No.
It's like some gender war.
It's something going on, but whatever it is, there, whatever, it's definitely like creating like unneeded beef and insults.
Yeah, especially right now though.
Yeah, like, I will say that like I don't like social media in general. Like it's dangerous because of all the things we see, and I don't think that it's helpful that those narratives sometimes are out there. But you can't, judge somebody based on their, like, that's their experience, right? Like, if they had an experience with a man and they felt like that man was the weakest link.
You sound like you had that experience. I want to know what the experience was.
What like?
Like, you got to have some type of, like, while you're here, you got to have some type of facts or some type of example to like back up.
You need data.
I need something like
what you need data right now. Are you serious?
Something of like why?
Oh my god,
we black men. You can't just say, I understand why and don't give one example as to why.
I mean, like black women, don't feel protected. There's been plenty of
why.
They don't feel protected by it. I mean,
there's no
domestic violence is a thing. Yeah,
that's true.
So
but not everybody does.
Yeah, like how many?
It's not everybody, but again, if it's somebody had an experience, and then 100 or 50,000 people on Twitter, are commenting or whatever, liking this because they had a similar experience. That's a lot of people having the same experience.
To my knowledge, I feel like white men murder the most. Like when it comes to murder, like they murder the most, and they murder white women. Like,
and they probably do.
But I don't see white women saying, I feel unprotected, because most of these murderers are white. Like I'm sure some domestic violence.
I don't want to get into the head of any white person because I'm not quite sure what's going on up there. Okay. Right? Let's talk about us. I don't really care what white people are doing.
My opinion is, a lot of black dudes that I know, if they saw a black woman like getting beat up, they would jump in. Now, of course, I just feel like black women are making an assumption off of a recording that went viral.
You can't make it.
What recording?
Oh, you talking?
It could be anything, like a dude doing some weird stuff on camera, and that's why they'll say it. Like they'll see a video go viral, or they'll see one player with the white woman.
And it's like,
but that's a social media issue, though.
But it's still
it's groupthink.
I do think it's groupthink. I just think that fight is unnecessary.
We don't understand the like.
And I don't think it is real logic behind it.
Well, if you don't know any men are trash, then of course you wouldn't understand. Right? Yeah. Like if you're saying that in your entire life you never had a friend or knew someone who was disrespectful to women or beat women or raped women, then of course you wouldn't understand. But if you are someone that has had that experience and know people that had that experience, or if you went to college like me and saw men, be disrespectful towards women and had friends who were raped by black men and who let their friend do it and like a bunch of people knew and nobody did anything about it, of course that's going to be your narrative.
Oh, wow.
It sucks that's the narrative.
Apples,
it's ass.
A few bad apples. That sounds terrible.
And it happens like a lot. It happens a lot. So unfortunately, I know that might not be y'all, but
it isn't.
And it's funny because we did the earlier podcast, and before Bro Dip, he was like, every dude that's had that moment where they sent some like wild like text out, like a risque.
It wasn't like that. You talking about some?
She talking about some whole like sicko shit though.
But it happens.
Like
it happens a
we
lot.
gotta get rid of the R. Kelly thing. Let's talk about the R. Kelly thing, man. Does the War Report have to get rid of the? It's off camera, so you guys can't see.
If your guests are offended, I feel like you should remove it.
Are you offended?
I just don't want to see him.
Are you offended though?
I'm not offended. I get why it's there.
Yeah.
But like I said, put your face over it. Nobody would notice.
I wouldn't do that to an original piece like that.
Oh God! So then sell it.
Yeah.
Some sicko would buy it.
That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
Like put it out there on the sicko.
$20,000.
Dark web.
Somebody might pay for
Absolutely. No, somebody will pay for it.
Sickos, right? Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Somebody will pay for it.
It's like, you know what? It's probably like a sicko somewhere, like a dungeon that I really appreciate this piece.
Yeah. You don't gotta toss it, but you can make some bread off it. I approve that message.
Nah, for real. How do you feel about cancel culture? How do you feel about that? Like cancel culture, like Tory Lanez is canceled. How do you? All right, I got a question. Right, this is a little off topic, right? This is a little off topic, right? So Megan Thee Stallion, how you feel about female rap right now, right? And Megan Thee Stallion, the aggressive lyrics.
I'm not a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, but I love female
City
rap
Girls, because like in Atlanta, I feel like it's a little bit more prevalent. I'm not sure what they play like on the radio. Crazy Out Here, that's all they play down there.
City Girls,
Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi, whatever. But like, I was just thinking earlier today, like even though Tory Lanez, obviously he's canceled, right? Like he shouldn't have shot Megan Thee Stallion or whatever.
Who really knows if he's canceled?
Who really knows if he's canceled? But like, why Megan Thee Stallion like spent mad time like rapping, talking all that stuff, and she like 6'3" and Tory Lanez like 5'2". And like that's his joint. Like I'm just
she's not 6'3", first of all.
Well, with heels on.
What are you trying to get at?
Like
be careful. Where she say black men are the weakest link.
Yeah, alright man.
Tory Lanez is absolutely the weakest link.
Yeah, Tory Lanez is lame for that.
You know what I feel? I feel like
out here
I was just like the connection just seems weird, but I guess they must have just hit it off and clicked, man. It just doesn't match her persona on the raps.
Wait, but
that connection with Tory Lanez doesn't match her persona on wax.
Who are they together? Were they together?
Yeah.
Who said that?
That's what everyone.
The internet. Didn't we just talk about this? Didn't we just talk about this? A good source. You got a source?
I got a source.
Who's fucking
a great source?
Yo.
That's all I was wondering. Like, what's your opinion on that? Like,
I mean,
what's your opinion on just female rap in general?
I love it. I love Meg. Like, I think she's super powerful, and like I love that aggressive ass shit. I think it's great, and her music is great. Quality. Yeah.
Solid answer.
I disagree, but
nah, her music is.
What do you disagree with?
I just don't. When I hear her music, when I hear her music, I just feel like that isn't the music of like the top rapper in the world right now.
Nobody said it was.
No, she is though. Like she is like she's one of the most famous rappers.
She's one of the most popular.
I don't see her music as being one of the most popular. Like I know.
Then it's just not your bop, but I love it.
Wait,
makes me want to box or something.
Box?
It's great.
And abuse a black man. Domestic violence.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, on some real though, like. Yeah, that's all I just had. Thought that was weird today when that came across my head. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
I mean, but you have to think about it. Like, she's an Aquarius. I don't know if you guys know about Aquariuses or
I'm
astrology.
An Aquarius.
Okay.
I don't know much about.
Oh, you're both Aquariuses.
Yeah.
Oh, so Aquariuses are mixy.
What does that mean?
You know a lot of people. You probably have a lot of friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you?
Like we're mixy.
That doesn't mean you're mixy.
Yeah, it is.
Let's talk about astrology.
I mean, you're not. And she's also what, 23? She's young.
She is.
She's relatively young, right? So she's young. She's Aquarius.
That's a 23-year-old girl.
She's, at the peak of her career. And she also does not have her parents, so she doesn't have guidance, right? So all of those things together, she's hanging out. Of course, she's hanging out with Kylie because she's just hanging out. Like, she's just being mixy. She has money, and she wants to hang out with popular people. And then you hang out around somebody like Tory Lanez, and you don't know that he's a fucking psychopath. And then you get shot in both of your feet.
Okay.
That's all that happens.
Girls love Tory Lanez, though.
I used to like him.
Why you switch?
Because I stopped caring.
Yeah, he's canceled, bro.
Oh, you mean you switched after you shot?
No, like before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what he do before that? That got him canceled though.
I just, like I said, I stopped caring.
She just lost the crush.
Oh.
Yeah, just like I was over it.
Hey, what song did you have a crush on? What song was out? Oh,
Oh my god.
Did it say it?
She said crazy.
First of all, I never had a crush. And
what did you call it? I could have missed.
Whatever.
Nah, for real though, she said Aquariuses are mixy though. Like, what does that mean? Like, I do have a lot of friends though. I got a big family and a lot of friends. Like, that's crazy. That's true.
And what is?
It's true. I'm a Libra.
And what did it say
What
about
do Libras
Libras?
do? Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Libras want to be on the beach. Like, do you think that you would move? You said that earlier. Oh, you want to be like, go? Why don't you just?
That's the plan.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I am moving.
What are you going? Florida?
Oh God.
Miami?
I mean, I'm not quite sure yet. I used to be very like set on like going to like Thailand or something like that. Yeah. I'm not quite sure because of the state that the world is in.
That you would go to Thailand right now.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, we're on the brink of collapse.
Yeah.
Shit might get crazy. We were talking about that earlier.
I've wanted to leave for a long time. And I definitely don't want to be in America because I just really don't see us like I don't see us getting over, all the bullshit that we have to get through. Unfortunately, that sucks to say. Yeah.
So, what country would you move to other than Thailand?
I've been thinking Costa Rica.
Right, Costa Rica.
Yeah, or Japan.
What would you? Oh shit! What would you do out there? Like, do you speak other languages?
I mean, obviously, I would learn Spanish better. But a lot of black people move to Costa Rica. There's a woman from Brooklyn who moved out there and started a women's retreat. So black women go out there and like
just kick it.
Yeah. And then Japan, there's like a bunch of black people that have moved to Asian countries in particular, but like Japan, there's a lot of black people out there. So I've been looking at places where I know that I would be safe.
Yeah, with other black people.
Yeah. But I can't stay here. This is wild.
Yeah. Let's talk about the 2020 year. You know what I mean? Like, what's been going on? Like, do you think New Jersey will ever really recover from COVID-19? Like, because now when you go out, because it's interesting. Because in Atlanta's been wide open, right?
I'm aware. I think we all are. We
for a
saw
long
what
time,
happened
for
July
a minute.
4th
So
weekends.
like coming back now to the gym, it's like I went to the LA Fitness like with the day it opened, September 1st in Kearney, right? And they're doing all these like protocols, like all this shit, right? But it's like they're doing it so fucking slow, in my opinion, because the Georgia shit is just like, all right, just put the mask on, blah, blah,
and that's
blah.
why the mayor got COVID, because nobody over there cared.
Like, just go ahead. All right, buddy. They're like, have you been in contact with anybody in 14 days? What you gonna say? Yes? Like, you be like, no, bro. They were just
are they playing basketball in there yet or no?
Nah. Like, it's interesting to see Jersey just start to open up when Atlanta like has been open. So, but it's like weird now. Like, people are like, even in Atlanta, I get kind of pissed off when somebody tells me to put my mask on my nose when I'm in like inside somewhere.
Why would you get pissed off though? We're in a pandemic.
See, that type of thinking right there. We gonna be wearing fucking masks over our head for like the next 4 years, dog.
Well,
you know
but we are still in a pandemic, no?
That's
y'all mayor got COVID.
Who? Keisha Bottoms?
Yes.
She survived though. She survived, but
okay.
Like, that's the weird part about it. It's like, are we ever gonna be without COVID?
At
this point, or like, what are we doing here? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was poorly handled from the jump. So
absolutely.
At this point, we just gotta wait and see. Try our best not to get infected. If we would have handled it better, it would have been a wrap by now. But we live in a country that makes no sense. So, yeah, I don't really see. This is like the way of life now. Is masks and separation and shit like that.
And you're okay with that? Like,
of course not. I'm not okay with anything. I just have to be chill, or else I'm gonna be out of my fucking mind. I'm gonna go crazy if I think about like how ridiculous that is. Like, that's ridiculous that we couldn't even keep it together for a few months so that we would be in the clear by now.
Yeah, man. Because when that first started off, they was like, "Oh, 2 weeks."
The numbers.
Now look at
a lot of the numbers are false though. It's just hard to trust.
Yeah, the numbers are kind of wishy-washy a little bit. There are a lot of deaths though, like real confirmed deaths though.
There are some deaths.
Yeah, so it's like an interesting dynamic. I always like to ask people that, like, where the hell do you think we going from here? Cause I don't know. Like,
I already like kind of adapted, so I kind of like the change. I had more time to do a lot of shit that I like wanted to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like life was going so fucking fast, I couldn't get a break. But like this COVID, it helped me out a lot.
Yeah, I've been saying that I'm glad that this happened. I wish it would have happened under better circumstances and that people didn't have to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful for it because my life is like so much better. But obviously, I wish it didn't have to happen this way. But we needed to stop. Like, everybody needed to full stop.
It was getting kind of wild.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
my life was crazy. Like, I was ripping and running over 40 hours a week, like doing too much, stressed. So I'm grateful for it, but obviously I still wish that, people weren't dying because
it is it didn't have to be a pandemic for life to slow down a little bit.
Exactly, but it wouldn't have happened any other way.
What's one thing that you would change about like the laws that, like, if you could change it with like a snap of your finger, like what would it be?
What laws?
Like any law.
Any laws?
Yeah, like you could change like
marijuana law or
probably fucking like police brutality law, like, or something like that, or what would it be if you was like executive order, President Drea 2040?
I mean, I don't know about laws because laws are so.
Nah, what would be your executive order on day one?
I would take money out of like all of that, missiles and all the billions of dollars that are allocated to all of the war, tanks and shit like that, and I would put it towards education and food. Yeah. And I would also cancel out student loans because what the fuck are those for? They're stupid. Yeah, I've stopped paying my shit. We're like $1 trillion in debt and student loans or something like that. Like, that's outrageous. I'm not paying my shit. Like, just let it go.
I heard somebody say like they debt was like 41,000. They, as a total, they had given them 31,000, but at that point in time, their balance was like 48,000. Like, just because of interest and fees and stuff like that.
Yeah, no. It's just lame. Yeah, I saw somebody say they had like they took out 30,000, they paid 38, and now they owe 10 still. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So that's what I would do. I would take money out of bullshit and I would put it towards the things that we need to like live, basic needs.
Damn, that's a good answer, yo. That's like a if I ruled the world. But I got another question. Like, all right. What the hell was the question? All right, what's one thing that like one woman might be going for that you ain't going for, like in a relationship? In a relationship. Like, what's one thing that's like unacceptable, but it's like kind of acceptable for other women? What's one thing that you just don't tolerate from people in your relationships?
That's rough. I'm very flexible, but
you are. What are you flexible with?
I mean, relationships are like they're kind of like jobs, so you just got to be understanding. and try to figure it out. But I guess I don't know, disrespect. Obviously, like I don't do that at all.
Yeah, what kind of
What
disrespect?
type of what crosses the line as far as disrespect?
I
could throw a couple of options at you.
Yeah, I like just basic shit like being rude. Like
what?
Could you deal with a man who has a temper?
Like like somebody that would like flip a table or some shit.
Nah, just snap on you. Like,
no.
Just be like.
Not necessarily.
Not just like verbally though. Like.
No, what do you? I was talking about verbally.
Yeah.
Not
like,
physically.
What exactly is like verbally?
Like is somebody
like,
that would
much?
curse me out?
Yeah.
If you got him.
Oh no, I would never. No.
Have you ever cursed someone out?
Yes, of course.
So you don't think that that's not normal? Like it shouldn't happen all the time, but you don't think that. You don't think like damn like you don't think you could ever annoy someone enough for them to curse you out?
Are you trying to say I'm annoying because we just met? That's messed up.
No. I'm talking about women in general. Like I hear like a lot of girls say he has a temper. I'm like, yeah, you could have done something to get him upset. But then like when girls have a temper, it's not like, oh, she has a temper. It's like,
I mean, if you're asking if it works both ways, yes, it does. But you know, if it's like a one-time thing,
yeah,
it depends. It depends. It depends on who the person is.
So some dudes could get away with stuff that other dudes
can't. Yeah, because if he's a fuck up in other areas, and it's just like, well, why am I even gonna give you another chance on this?
Where so if he paying them bills, you could raise that voice.
No, shut up.
If you ain't paying them bills, you ain't got no choice.
Oh my god. All right. Okay.
Nah, that's funny, man. That's funny. But yeah.
Could you forgive someone for cheating?
No.
No circumstance.
I could forgive, but I just wouldn't be with you. Like I wouldn't.
You can't move past that.
No. For what?
I'm not saying you should.
For what?
That's interesting, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's too many people on the earth for me to like just go be with somebody else. It's fine. Like if that's what you want to do.
I feel like that sounds so good, but that's not what happens.
I mean,
most of the time.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does.
And then some couples just.
How do you feel about marriage right now? That's like, do you feel like, because right now the stats it ain't looking too hot with the divorce rates? Do you think like our generation is going to be getting married like that or nah?
I used to think that we weren't on it, but like I just feel like I see people still getting married like that are young and get engaged.
I see him making the mistakes. I see him.
I mean, I'm personally good, but I see other people doing it. And, you know, if it works for them, it works for them.
Why are you personally good? You're not.
I just don't. Not that I don't care, but.
You can not care. It's probably like not important. It's more about the bond.
Yeah, I don't. I think marriage is weird. I think it's a weird concept. Like I know why some people do it. Like different cultures do it for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like it's very transactional. So if it's not based on like something that needs to be done, I don't really see why I personally should do it.
Yeah.
I know everybody might not agree, but
yeah,
that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I feel like just like things are changing in general. Like things change. You know what I'm saying? And obviously like women, like as far as just like the like I don't know how you feel about it, but like it's much different than like what 1940, 1950.
Of
you
course.
know what I'm saying? Shit like that, as far as like freedom of thought, right? With women, right?
There was no Megan Thee Stallion in 1940.
Yeah, exactly, right? So what's that like living in that kind of era of like you're free, but it's like still kind of.
I think it's great.
What era?
Like
this era?
Free? Huh?
This era?
Yeah, like this era of women is like way more free than what like some like
definitely
somebody born in 1910. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So like, what's that like? Like, do you kind of notice it, or you just kind of just go about your day like it's nothing? Like obviously you
No,
just
I
let him do
mean,
it.
like I said, I think it's great. Like independent, like I'm very independent myself, and so women being independent is very important to me. Black women especially is very important because obviously it's something that we didn't have, and like we need it. Like we need to be independent. I think that like a lot of, especially marriage back then, it's like women were dependent on the man. Not that that's a bad thing, if it works for some people, cool. But I think that in a lot of situations, it put women in situations that they didn't really need to be in a lot of times. And I'm just glad that we're finding independence and like our voice and freedom and all of that shit is great. So
yeah,
and I'm all about that. That's my bop.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like that comes at an expense to black men? Or no?
But I don't know. What do you mean?
Like, it kind of goes back to what we brought up earlier a little bit. Like, it's almost like women are so free that like men have to take this back seat a little bit, but it's like we're men though, so it's like weird. Like, as far
You feel like you have to take a back seat?
No, I don't though. That's the thing. Like, I don't, because it's like a male privilege almost, but it's like you don't really notice it. It's weird. I don't know.
Is women getting freedom too much for you?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm happy that that's happening, but I'm saying, like, do you notice the other dynamic of how it's kind of playing out? Like, I feel like women don't really get the male perspective on that. I mean, it's I love it. I love it.
I think
it's
they
cool
do. I think
there's nothing wrong with.
I think being a man, you have maybe certain advantages that maybe society has given you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point in time, those advantages, women are like definitely attempting to take all of those advantages and keep their advantages. That's what I feel like. For instance, if you
That's
say,
what it feels like.
Like if you say,
Really?
I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. Let's just say, men being able to fuck whoever they want and not get labeled for it, right? That's an advantage that men have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying nothing is wrong with it. I'm just saying this is what's happening. Girls are definitely fighting to have that same privilege right now. That's a fact.
I feel like women have been doing that though.
But they want the privilege. They want it to be like men. Like, no, I want to get they don't want to get ashamed for it at all. And I'm not saying that you should, because whatever your business is, your business. But they're definitely fighting for a lot of equality.
Well, yeah, because men don't get shamed for it.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I feel like it's equivalent to a man being like, yo, why do I have to mow the lawn or take out the trash because I'm a man? That's just what the fuck is going on.
I mean,
and if a man says any of this,
gender norms.
This is the podcast. This is what we be doing, man. We gotta break these. We gotta break these divides.
Gender norms are trash in general, right? Like in general.
So get rid of gender norms.
In general.
So you don't mind paying all the bills in the house?
It needs to be equal.
Okay.
Period. Like, gender norms are trash. That's it. Gender norms are trash. If you are in a relationship where, the man does the cooking and, he cleans and the woman goes to work or does whatever, or the man takes care of the kids, that's just what it is. Like,
have you ever lost respect for a man that was doing, like, just naturally, like, doing shit that you may feel like was shit that a woman's supposed to be doing?
No, because that's an issue. Like, women always end up doing, I feel, in those situations, more of the more laborsome work, and then you end up in a relationship where you are spiteful or where you don't really like being there, but you're just there. So that's why I'm like saying gender norms, like those norms that make people feel like the relationship has to be that way, like guys paying the bills or whatever. Like I said, if that works for someone, cool. But it's definitely dangerous, and it's the reason why a lot of relationships don't work out because people have these expectations that the man should be doing one thing and the woman shouldn't. And maybe you need to fix something else out.
So you saying you gonna go out there and mow that grass?
If I have to.
Okay.
If I have to, I will.
Okay. Okay.
If I have to, I will.
Okay.
Yeah. Man.
Or pay someone to do it because that's my boss.
That's the option too.
Yeah.
Great option.
Great option. That's the right answer, yo. That's crazy, yo. But yeah, man. So like, I just be wanting to know like, what's that like? Cause like I feel like men is like at a standstill. Like, alright, like we just be doing the same thing. Like we watch basketball, or like we pretty much normal. Like we don't really we be chilling half the time. I feel like women just be on their grind. Like they be doing their entrepreneur shit. Like women are killing it, in especially black women in business. I feel like so.
Women are killing it,
but
men are killing it.
I gotta say one more thing too, though. One more question, like as far as that, I feel like, and this is really bad to say on wax, but like, say like a woman that's doing great in like business, she is 100%. Especially black women, almost like a lot of times she's gonna reach back and find another like black woman to like support, lift up, and help, and that's great and that's powerful. They're not looking to help like a black man like come up off the game though. Like how I feel like dudes share game a little bit more than women share game. I feel like
Really.
I do, but women, there's a lot of women that share a lot of good game, but I feel like women love sharing game with each other more than they'll share with a dude.
Well, yeah, because
and they'll just feel like the dude, oh nigga, you a dude, you gotta go get that off the dribble, you gotta get that off top, homie, like you a dude, like you know what I mean? But women are like hella supportive though, and that's the reason why they win so much though. You feel what I'm saying? That's what's going on. I feel like they win so much because they support each other so much.
But you have to remember, and like I don't really like using this narrative because I feel like black people in general, we are all in a space where we have some shit we need to do.
Yeah.
But there's like a hierarchy. There's like white men, and then there's white women, and then just between black and white people, not any other races. And then there's black men, and then there's black women at the bottom, right?
You think so?
And,
I don't think black women at the bottom.
In terms of opportunities,
I think so.
In terms of money, in terms of
I misspoke then.
In terms of
even
equity in relationships,
half of rap songs,
the industries. Several industries.
Oh, so it's more like when the women really get on, it's like they're celebrated. Like
I mean, look at Kamala, right? Like it took when did Obama? What was this last year? 2016.
16 or something like that.
So it took another 4 years, and this is the first black woman since Shirley Chisholm in the 60s. So
damn.
Yeah. It's kind of like we all know where we are. Like we all know that like we don't get as many opportunities as the people that are above us on the pole. And we've all had experiences where we were in a room and we were more intelligent and we had, the best ideas and we were treated like shit.
Yeah.
I've had many of those experiences.
Damn.
So, of course, I'm going to help out a fellow black woman because we have great ideas. We know how to do shit. Like, we're great.
Facts,
we're great.
Facts,
And black men are great as well.
Yeah.
Black men are great as well, but I like to balance out, what I'm doing. So, like, right now, my clients are black women. The one that I'm going to start working with is a black man. But I know that, like, if I'm in a place where I have 100 people that want to work with me, I'm probably gonna prioritize black women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's wonderful. I feel like that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. But ain't no but like yeah, like that's a crazy dynamic. Like that's a crazy dynamic right now and going on that doesn't get talked about. I feel like but the reason why it's so prevalent, I think, is because like you don't really see like black men really supporting black men like that. So it just to me it just look like when black women be supporting black women, I be like, damn, like when they go on just teach us how to do that, like you know what I mean, like.
You have to create space to do that.
Learn, like,
you have to create space for that to happen.
No,
like
facts.
you mentioned, you know, those narratives that you see on Twitter where black women don't feel protected and they have all these things to say. Well, if y'all think we feel this way, then why would we share information with you? It sucks that
I don't think they should feel that way, but true.
Yeah, I don't feel like they should feel that way.
Sure, I can see that.
Yeah, but again, it might not be your fault.
We gotta break
but
down the barrier.
Be the nigga that you sat in class with fault.
But at the same time, y'all, black women definitely don't want to hear any black men saying, I feel this way about black women. It's not your fault. It may be the other. They're not trying to hear any of that.
What you mean?
Like, a black man can't say anything negative about
a black woman.
Like if a black woman says a black man says, which I've seen like a football player say, I didn't want to deal with that attitude or whatever, right? I don't feel that way, but he said I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that attitude.
Crazy.
He wouldn't be allowed to say, oh, you know what, yo, that's just my experience. Black women will not be trying to hear that.
Ain't no being congruent.
No. I mean, I can't say that.
Speak on everybody.
I can't speak on everybody. Like I said, I am staying neutral on certain things because I know what my experience is, and I don't know what other people's experience is. Right. You might speak to black women who will probably shut that down. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
You would say, it's his experience. That's what you say.
It depends. It depends on who I'm sitting in front of,
yo. Are you a politician? Is she a politician? Her answer is
vote for me.
It depends.
No. It really it's,
so what's good with that budget for the what? She's like, you know what?
That's why I told you I didn't want to talk about this type of shit because it's situational.
Yeah,
I can't
you're right.
And that's why social media and Twitter is so dangerous because you're getting one person's perspective. You don't know who this person is. You don't even know if it's a person, first of all. Could be a Russian bot. Like, let's be real. Because that's what happened in the election. And you just don't know. Like, unless I'm sitting in front of somebody, I can't really tell what, is really going on. Like, with this whole Joe and Tahiri. Did I say her name right?
Yeah.
Situation. She spoke about this years ago. Now it's come back up because I guess she was on a show and she was like abusing her husband or boyfriend or whatever situation is. Mm-hmm. And so people would assume things about her based on what she talked about before with Joe abusing her. But then now people saw her abusing her man and it's just like, oh, okay. So you really only know what people tell you.
Facts.
It's situational. And I'm not a politician.
Definitely got those answers like on.
Oh my God.
You be skating through. What's a media trained?
Oh my God.
I think she did a great job.
Thank you so much.
Did a great job. You got any more questions for her, bro? I think I got a few more, but I don't even want to. That might be too real. Like, hey, that'll just be like the icing on the cake. Like we really took it.
I'm not sure what the topic is, so I can't comment.
All right, so dig right. All right, so this is a bad one. This is bad.
Oh my God.
This is bad for any woman to answer really, because it's like.
So y'all just trying to set me up, and then you're gonna get mad at my answer.
And it's bad.
No.
But like, all right, so like, obviously, like, domestic violence, any type of abuse is like terrible. But what about like, obviously you said it's situational, right? But what if it's like some type of like way you could prove that somebody is like lying on your name? Does that person that falsely accused you deserve jail time?
Jail time?
To falsely accuse somebody of something that they did not do.
Like rape.
Well,
say you said it. And
if somebody lies on someone else and the person goes to jail, does the person lying? So you're asking me, should the person that lied to make the other person go to jail go to jail?
Yes.
Yeah, once it comes out that they were lying.
Once it comes out for a proven fact that they lied.
And even if the man didn't go to jail, they even have him in court for it.
If he didn't go to jail,
just even raise accusations that aren't true.
If he didn't go to jail, then the other person shouldn't go to jail. Like, jail shouldn't be involved unless one person's in jail. But if you know, the man or the woman, if the man or the woman ended up going to jail, then yes, that other person should also go to jail.
If you lie and say something,
I don't think anybody should go to jail. I think jail is trash.
I think jail is
trash. The whole idea of it.
How do you think people should be rehabilitated into society after they do something that is punishable? Then, what would you do? Day one, Andrea 2040, executive order.
God.
Fix the prison system, please.
Oh Lord. Oh my God.
What's your alternative?
This is 2040.
My alternative, therapy, like actual therapy, not like some social worker just popping in, that doesn't really give a shit. You know, access to food, healthy food, a job, you know, that's not super laborsome, like not Amazon, like an actual job that a person wants to work at and can hone their skills.
What's wrong with Amazon?
It's exploitative.
Yeah.
It's fucking slavery.
And they don't treat their employees well because they know that they don't have to, because they know people need jobs. So they have super high turnover.
Yeah.
And they know that people are always going to be coming in for a job.
Yeah.
So I know that a lot of people who, you know, are getting back into society go to those types of jobs. And I don't think it helps, because if I was in jail and came out, it wouldn't make me feel good to work at a place like Amazon.
Yeah, facts.
So yeah, therapy, you know, making sure that their food needs are met, a job that makes sense and doesn't break their backs, and just making sure that they have some sort of education. It doesn't have to be college, but like, you know, if it's a trade school or whatever it is. And making sure that those things are like paid for. They don't have to come out of pocket, try to figure it out. And also like health insurance.
Yeah.
Like basic needs. Basic needs that for some reason we just don't get here.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Basic needs, man. That's crazy. We really don't, bro. It's for the every man for himself out here, man. It's crazy out here.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say to the people? Anything you want to add? Got any other questions? Anything you want to add? Like, as far as
I feel like she doesn't like my questions.
I told you no Twitter questions, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And then "It's okay. Go for it."
I trusted the vibe.
No.
That wasn't the vibe.
It was.
I said I trusted the vibe. You said no. That wasn't the vibe.
I like your questions.
You like them?
Do you have any more questions?
Okay, I'll ask another question. So, do you feel like when you're in a relationship, it helps you focus more, like with the job that you're doing, turning businesses around, or does a relationship distract you?
Good question.
It depends on the type of relationship.
Have you met a person that helps?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay.
And you know, it's still hard, right? Like it's really, like I said, relationships, I feel like it's a job.
It's work.
Yeah, it's work. It is. Regardless of who you are, how easy you try to make it, it's gonna be work. I think it can distract if priorities are not in order.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it can be helpful, and like you'll still have to figure some shit out. Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, because it's just like two different people coming together, two different sets of priorities. Like,
well, honestly, I feel like if you focused on what you focused on, you're just gonna be focused on what you focused on. At the same time, like how you do anything is how you do everything.
But you could be focused on a relationship now, and that shit
like
killing
you.
you.
Like But say if it's a person that's like honestly, like you can meet somebody that it could work. Like just do your thing while you're doing whatever it is.
That sounds
You know
good.
what I'm
It sounds
Focus
good.
on what you gotta focus on.
I'm telling
That
you right
sounds good.
now.
So a nigga got that temper that I was talking about, right?
It sounds good. It sounds good until
now you're going to work mad.
Listen, like
She
that
said, "I
sounds
dealt with it."
great, but unless responsibilities are evenly shifted, it's not gonna work. Like if I'm focused on my job.
What's something that doesn't work with you? Name some traits.
Oh God.
What doesn't work?
Okay.
Like, if a weak link is doing what?
What doesn't work for me is if I have to do like all of the work. Like if I have to plan, if I have to plan vacations, if I have to clean up, if I have to plan dates, if I have to do like all of the relationship work that I feel should be evenly shared.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to do all that, then that's a problem.
But you willing to do half? Like, what you mean?
She sound like she willing to do 70.
Oh my God.
Sometimes. No, I'm saying sometimes it may be sometimes he putting in 70.
Yeah, it can't be 100-0. It can be like 70-30. I'm even fine with that. It just has to be some sort of effort.
70-30 on who's in.
It may switch.
On either end.
In January, dude might got 70. She got 30 in March. She might have a 70 and he might have 30. People be in their moods.
That's the type of shit you have to do to make relationships work.
And you think it's worth it?
I mean,
she like, I don't fucking know.
Oh no,
this nigga I'm with right now is stressful.
I got another question.
You can only hope.
I got another question. All right, do you think in relationships it's better if the female likes the dude more or the dude likes the woman more?
That's neither of those are better. What?
Like, some people say like, oh, some
I've
women
seen that.
really say like, oh, like it's not going to work unless like my dude has to like me more than I like him or something like that. You don't.
But then that makes things like
that's lame, right?
That's
lame.
Y'all need to like each other like the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I care about you. You care about me. You know what I mean? I think about you. You think about me.
Yeah.
You make me feel special. I make you feel special. It shouldn't be no one like, oh yeah, they need to like me more. I think that's when you go into.
Because then that means one person cares more.
Yeah, like I feel like that's when you going into the relationship insecure.
Sorry.
And that's because a lot of
Twitter.
you know what I realized? A lot of people on Twitter is.
Somebody just delete.
Get off Twitter.
I think a lot of people on Twitter are just hurt.
Huh?
A lot of people on Twitter are just hurt.
Well, those people, are like, half of them are not real people. Half of them never been in more than one relationship. Half of them are 12. Like, no.
No, they're definitely 12 plus 14.
They're young as fuck. Yeah, it has to be as even as it can be. Like, everything's not going to be 50-50 in a relationship. That's
Have you been with a dude that likes you more than you liked him?
Probably.
Was it good for you?
No.
She like, no, I like it equal.
No, because then it's too much. It's just like, okay, you're not understanding. And then, that was before I knew that communication needed to be like A1. As robust as it. Well, yeah, communication is like number one.
Communication is very important.
Yeah, it's like the number one thing you need to figure out. But yeah, that's not fun at all.
Could you date someone 20 years older?
No, that's gross.
5 years younger?
5 years younger. So I am.
He's mature.
A mature 20. How old am I? Mature.
That ain't that bad.
Nah.
5 years younger.
It depends.
Ain't no.
It depends.
Well, you may change your mind. I don't know.
So that I'm thinking about right now, a mature 22-year-old. Nah, I'm good.
Why? What do you think he's gonna lack?
There's like a maturity cap once you're at that age. Literally, you can only go so far.
You think he's gonna giggle too much?
Nah, definitely not dating.
It's just some bullshit that's gonna be going on. It's stressful.
It's just not worth it. Like, I don't even feel like I should have been dating at 22.
Where?
So,
Do you feel like you should be dating now?
Yeah.
That's what you feel right now. 5 years, she gonna be like, to be honest, I shouldn't even been dating.
Yeah, I might. Yeah. I mean, it's always, like I said, I don't like work. So, it's always going to be...
Relationships be ruining stuff sometimes. The friendship be lit.
Friendships do be lit. Friendships are great.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. You got anything else?
No more questions.
I think I've said enough.
We've been rocking out for like an hour and some change, man. We can wrap it up right there. Definitely look into the camera, man. Shout outs. Definitely give you a shout outs and anything else you had to say about like being a superior like gender, you know what I'm saying? And all that. Definitely get that about the system one time before
Women
we
are
sign.
superior.
Yeah, like all that. Yeah, I'll just be like, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
And it's fine, and it's just like,
No, I don't think that.
Opinion, but
We are all superior.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
Everyone is. Peace and love and like just be great. I don't know. Yeah. Focus on yourself. Mm-hmm. Go to therapy. Please. Therapy is like, please do that shit. Especially right now. Yeah. Just love one another. That's all I have to say.
Signing out, man. This is Jared Adams from the War Report. We got Tyrese Trevor in the building. Follow me on Twitter, War Report Radio, straight through. Mm-hmm. Instagram, War_Report_Radio. We are signing out. I appreciate you for coming through, man. Screaming to microphone, peace.
Peace.